everybody. I'm Chef Mike Jerez.
I'm John Berruti.
And we are the $1 Million Food Guys. Well, we hit our goal of 100 subscribers.
100 subscribers.
Thank you so much. We got there. Next stop is 1 million. Yay!
I like it. Listen. I love the umph. 1,000 would be tremendous.
Yes.
But let's go step by step. But we're possible.
So
we never know.
We're going to keep to our promise of giving something away at 100 subscribers. So John, tell them what we're doing.
So as Mike had said, we're going to give stuff away, and what we're going to give away is gift certificates from both of our businesses, right? So Mike owns the phenomenal Atlantic Bar and Grill, Mike's ABG. I own, with my wife, the Summer Sweets ice cream store. So you're kind of getting dinner and dessert all together.
Awesome.
What we're going to do is this video, right? We're going to go on comments because me and him are going back and forth. How do we give it away? Who do we choose? How do we go about that? So Mike had suggested, which is brilliant, on this video, we need comments, right? We need the comments on YouTube. I put this out on Twitter. I put it out on Facebook. I put it out on a whole bunch of things, email. But you have to comment. You have to go to the YouTube channel and comment there. All the comments, right? We're hoping to get a bunch of them.
Yep.
We're going to choose. We're going to use a randomizer. You know, we may make a video of it. Of choosing the person.
No, that's cool.
I like it. So we'll use a randomizer. It'll choose out of, let's say we get 100 comments, which would be awesome. We choose, let the randomizer go. It'll say choose comment 6. We go down to 6. It's Sally Pants 55. We say, hey, Sally Pants 55, you won the gift certificate. We're going to do 2 groups. So 2 people are going to win.
2 people.
25 each, right? So 2 people are going to win $50 worth of gift certificates from our places, right? So the more comments, the better.
Yep.
You can comment a bunch of times.
Sure.
You can make 10 comments, right? And you can make 5 comments or 1 comment. The more comments you make, obviously, better chances of that you win. But the randomizer is going to choose it. You know, we have no. And then
whoever wins will comment on your comment, say, contact us.
Hey, contact us, give us the
Now, a comment can be anything. A comment could be, hi, guys, how are you? You guys are 2 ugly bastards.
You suck.
Yes, it could be anything.
You guys are awesome. We love you.
Yes, anything, you make sense, you don't make sense. But a comment can be anything. So, you know, just keep that in mind.
Obviously, we're lighthearted about it. We love feedback. We love, I mean, if you could, which would be awesome, comment on what you guys want for the next episodes, right? Today's episode is going to be credit cards.
So talking to my good friend Drew from Drew's Bistro in Keyport, awesome guy, love him.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of ours. Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
He brought up, which we've been talking about for years and years, is credit cards in the industry.
Oh my God.
And especially in this today and age, it's almost 99% credit cards. Unless you're a cheaper house, like a $10 house or a $15 house, then it's cash, a lot of cash. But
yeah, so let's talk about Summer Sweets, right? So Summer Sweets doesn't take credit cards, right? We made that decision. We're a sure business. We're small dollars amount. $6, $10. Listen, you're coming out to Mike's. You're going to spend $100 a piece. You just are,
right?
$50 to $100 a piece.
Correct.
You're getting a
average
great
dinner.
$70.
Yeah.
Right. You're getting a great dinner. You're getting wine and stuff. You come to Summer Sweets. You're getting a $5 ice cream.
Right.
So we made a decision a long time ago not to use credit cards. Now that being said, right. That hurts us because people don't come, they don't spend the big dollars on the large cakes. They buy cakes from us, they love it, but they're like, oh, it's $40 for a cake. We love your cakes, but you don't take credit cards.
Right.
So I'm on the fence. I didn't say I'm going to do it, but I'm on the fence possibly.
But you do have the ATM machine outside.
So I have an ATM machine. They can go, and that's what we suggest. So ATM machines right there, and Mike does too for the Tiki Bar.
We do it outside.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can go to the ATM, but sometimes people don't want to do that. They want the ease of the swiping. The problem is with Mike, if you're spending $120 for a party, it makes sense for him. We just did the calculation. It costs him about 2.6% on every swipe. Right. It costs us higher because at the bakery, because we don't do as many transactions, 2.8%. You're like, oh, that's not a lot. Listen to me.
Oh, it adds up.
When you're doing, and again, we call ourselves $1 Million Food Guys, not that we're millionaires, but we do millions of dollars of business. When you're doing millions of dollars of business, and you have to give away almost 3%, that really hits the bottom line. Absolutely, it really does. With costs going through the roof.
It's insane.
The costs are going through the roof.
And American Express is also a higher percentage than regular.
Okay, so they are, but you have Amex in that, right?
Yes,
so
Amex included.
So the average. What Mike's talking about is Amex is higher. A restaurant like this has to take Amex.
Yeah, because Amex processes in 1 day. Usually credit cards process in 2 days, so it's a day.
but your average,
Big deal.
so your average for all of your charges is 2.6%. I just did the calculation,
Yes.
right? So his Amex is probably up around 3.5%.
Yep.
His MasterCard Visa is probably down more like 2%, but it averages out to 2.6% for Mike and 2.8% for us. Because at the bakery, we deal with a lot of Amex too, because the restaurants, they want the points. Right? They want
That's huge right now. But
Yeah.
most of everybody we're talking to on this that have businesses understand the whole credit card situation.
Yeah.
And it is, when you do a whole year and you do a couple $1 million in sales and you get like $70,000 in fees
Yeah.
at the end, it's a very big eye opener. And that's your money. I mean, but talk about getting into a racket. Credit card all they literally do is push a button to process from one point to another, and they're getting that action, which is amazing.
So our goal for this episode, right, is we're going to talk about I'm going to tell you how to get it down a little bit. It's all about negotiations, but the reality is these credit card processors they're going to be in a world of hurting, right? So cryptocurrency, a lot of people, cryptocurrency, it's all bullshit with this and that. It's not the cryptocurrency, right? It's what's behind the cryptocurrency. It's how they process their transactions, right? It's called, what the heck's it called? Of course I'm going to have a mind poop right now. It's an algorithm, right? And that algorithm helps the processing of the cryptocurrency. That same algorithm is going to make credit card processing so much cheaper over the years. Visa, MasterCard, when one person, one or two, somebody's going to figure it out to use the way cryptocurrency is being transferred with credit cards, and it's almost zero, realistically. And because restaurants, and even a bakery, right? My net is around 4% at the bakery. If I'm giving away 2.8% and my net is 4%, what am I doing? It's crazy. But I had to take the credit cards because the restaurants wanted it, right? They want the points. So people have said, I have not done this, but different establishments are starting to charge a processing fee, right?
Yes.
A convenience fee, I believe they're calling it.
Well, there's a lot of options on this, and people brought to me a lot of different scenarios. I know a couple of restaurateurs that tried to do this. It all stemmed from...
Did they charge?
Well, it all stemmed from gasoline.
Yes.
Gasoline, you go to any gas station...
Two different prices.
$3.50
Cash.
credit card, $3.25 for cash.
Yep.
And they get away with it.
Yep.
And no one... Because you need gas for your car, and you're just forced to pay it.
And
so,
mind you, that never was. That just happened probably about 10 years ago. You used to go to a cash
charge price or cash price.
Yeah.
So...
But people
they're
used to
finding,
it now.
but they're also finding too now. Same price as cash as credit. You see a lot of places
Wawa
change
does it,
that.
sure.
Because
Sure.
they were losing business
Yeah,
because a lot of
yeah.
people were going, wait a minute, I'm paying an extra quarter a
Right.
gallon, blah blah blah. So the same thought process went into restaurants, which I never believed in from day one, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you the reason why. But the objective is okay. If you use your credit card, there's going to be a surcharge of $3, $4, $5 extra on
Yeah.
your bill to cover the credit card processing fee.
Or a percentage.
Or a percentage of your
Right.
bill. And people thought that it would be okay for restaurants, and it turns out it's not.
Right.
Because people have a million choices for restaurants,
They
and they
do.
go, you know what?
They
I'm
do.
going to go, your food's great and everything, but I'm going to go to a guy who doesn't nickel and dime me is the word.
Right.
Over that credit card fee.
So there's a balance, right?
There is and then so when people came to me about it, I said, well, what's the reward if they use cash? Do they get a discount if they use cash? Do they
Right.
get a percentage? Do they get whatever? Because that was brought up like, hey, I'm using cash. What do I get? I'm getting banged on the credit card processing fee, but what do I get if I use cash? And
So that's an interesting.
So that was a
that's
thing.
an interesting thought, though. So how
Take
about,
a percentage off that.
But how? Right. So how about reversing it? Like people get pissed off when you have to charge them more. But what if you don't charge them more? Let's say your menu is the credit card cost. Right. Let's say you have a $40 item.
Right.
And it's $40 if it's credit card, but it's $38 if it's cash.
Well, that's kind of just the same instance of the gasoline. The problem is you're still, in a place like mine, I'm a higher end restaurant, people don't
tough.
come here with stacks of cash.
Yeah.
Over the years, we see it down. When I had Marlins in 1997, it was almost 70% cash, 30% credit
Yeah.
cards,
Yeah.
because the average guest check was $25.
Yeah.
Here, 77, you're getting a $70 check averages, people are, and even today's world, though, people are using a credit card for $1 cup of coffee,
Michael,
or $1 soda. Like, it blows
I
my
deal
mind
with
that
a
there's
lot
no
of-
more cash. cash.
I deal with a lot of bodegas, convenience stores,
Right.
that type of thing. I'm blown away when I'm there waiting to talk to the owner, to take their order, talk to them, get the collections from the week before. How many people swipe gum, swipe coffee, swipe a Monster at $2? I mean, most of them have $10 minimums, but even the bodegas started saying, listen, I'm losing business, go ahead, just swipe the freaking thing, right? So where's the balance? How much more can you take away from us?
No, it's absolutely crazy, and it's getting worse. It's getting really, like, we're probably 99.9% credit cards right now.
That's crazy.
There is no more cash in my business. And even when I go out, like, I'm old school with cash. So even when I go out, I might charge a dinner, but I'll give the tip in cash.
Yeah.
Because we pay our servers at the end of the night the cash tips that they are owed. I take it out of my money, whatever, and then I get reimbursed through the credit card when it processes.
Is that
because
I've been out of the restaurant business? Is that industry is that normal?
for us, it is being a mom and pop small operation. Right. Corporate, I don't think so. Corporate, I think you have to wait for your tips, and I think it goes and whoever's in corporate can define this for me. But I believe that yes, you get the tips at the end of the week. That if it's a credit card tip, at the end of the week
comes
in your check. And you're also taxed on that.
Right.
So let's say your tips are $200.
Yeah.
You get at the end of the week, but you get taxed on that, so you're going home with $1.50.
Well, the big thing with
so
that,
that you're really getting about getting double bang. You're getting double bang. So that's what I perceive corporate would do, because I can't see corporate going into the safe every night
and taking cash
and paying out all of their servers. Again, a lot of corporate places too are not of this level of high end.
Right.
They're more of a $35.
I guarantee they're 80-90% credit card
absolutely
also.
They are.
I guarantee.
I've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
And but even let's take restaurants out of this, like supermarkets, like anything you go, it's all. I mean, I'm online at the supermarket, and I didn't see one cash transaction around me. And
I whip out cash. People look at me like I'm, because
the processing fee. I mean, the processing speed is so fast now.
It's done.
Because
Swipe it through,
it's done. Like you don't even have to before you have to wait. You have to sign.
How about that person in line that writes the check? Takes out the checkbook.
See, then you're really going old school.
You want to stamp that person.
But see, doing this is me and Bo's doing this since the '80s. So there was a time when there was not the credit; it was the charge card. Remember the charge card? And you put it in a machine, and you went, or you went, and then you had to look up.
Any millennials are watching this, they're going to be like, "What the f?"
And you had to look up in a book.
Yes.
To see if it was. Remember the big giant book?
Yes.
You get every month.
God.
And you have to look up their number in a book and see their credit line to see if it was okay. If they could. Can you imagine that today?
Oh my God.
It took you a half hour.
Remember, in episodes previous, Mike would talk about going downstairs to my dad's restaurant, and there would be stacks and stacks of Duke pads and stuff. But we also have boxes of those credit card slips,
because they were like this big.
And boxes.
The slips were this big.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And you had to sign the slip. It was 3 carbon piece. You kept one, they kept one, and the government kept one. Yeah. And it was a wild thing.
So I just want to quickly talk about. So, is there ways to lessen your credit card? There is. And the main reason, the main way, is to call your processor and negotiate, right? Processors they come in, I'm going to get you the best price possible. You're not going to get anything cheaper. And 9 times out of 10, they're right for the first month or 2 or 3. And then they know we get busy, right? We're restaurant owners, we're business people, we're entrepreneurs. 4 months down the road, 5 months down the road, all of a sudden you're paying 2.7%, then 2.8%, 2.85%. And if you're not paying attention, all of a sudden you're paying an extra point, right? So the easiest way, call your processor up and say, hey, I'm thinking of switching, you gotta do something, I can't keep paying this. 9 times out of 10, they will lower you something. So, okay, well, we can't do this, but we can do that. We can, we can work it around, and then it'll be lowered for the next couple of months. The same theory with your credit cards, right? Calling up your credit card companies and saying, hey, I need my interest rate lowered. You can do that, and as long as your credit status is good, they'll lower your interest. They're not going to do it if you don't call. It's the easiest and quickest way to lower your credit card charges processing. The easiest way, right? There's basically 3 ways that you can that they do the processing, right? It's called, I believe it's the Interchange Plus, which is kind of like, I noticed basically what we have. So they charge you the interchange rate plus a percentage, right? There's volume, Mike's not on a volume plan, but he probably could be because of how much processing.
In the summer, definitely. I mean, we just.
I can't do that because we do 2 little charges, right? And then there's basically a merchant charge, which basically is the banks. Like if you go to a Chase or a TD, they're normally the highest percentage. They're the most convenient for you because it's your banking account. They make it easy, but they're normally 9 times out of 10 the most expensive, right? So those are the basic 3 ways you can credit card process. You have to shop it around. I wish there was an easy way, but you gotta shop it around.
And the sucky part about it is, when we process everything through our POS system, so everything is shown. So hope there's no tax people listening.
Okay.
Everything is shown.
Here we go.
Every single
Mr.
thing
IRS, change the channel.
is shown. So we can't stuff the suitcases underneath our mattress anymore filled with cash because there is none. There's nothing. Yeah. And they figured that out too. They know how to get every single dime out of everything. You know what I'm saying? They're not stupid because back in the day, pizzerias say, yeah, we only sold 20 pizzas this week. Well, you bought 70 bags of flour.
Yeah. Yeah.
They go back to what you purchase. I mean, it's massive.
So the reality of that is that like the ice cream store, we're all cash, right? So people are like, oh, you're shaving. And nothing against Mr. IRS, but years ago, maybe a couple points. Yeah. Today, there's nothing to shave. Everything that goes into the freaking bank goes back out to employees, to costs, there's nothing to shave. So the reason we don't do it is because, we have a short period of time. Our profit margins are slim, so in the ice cream store, so we don't charge it. We're probably hurting ourselves with the cakes, and again, that's why I'm going back and forth. But I know the day we start taking credit cards, we will go from 0 credit cards to 99%.
Absolutely will.
Overnight.
Absolutely will.
Overnight.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, you take credit cards here? Use my credit card.
I agree.
But last summer you paid me okay. Take the credit card.
Yep.
And that's basically how it is. It's the reality of it.
No,
we all have
really
to deal
is.
with it.
I mean, it's something. And you know what, too? What's sucky part about restaurants, especially mom and pop places that are maybe not so busy, they're hurting for cash.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't have the credit to go to a bank or get a loan. So
True.
the loan shark credit card processors, they do a lot of loans under the table, and they take your money right out of the credit card processing. And that exists.
High fees.
You're talking 27% to 30%.
But listen,
of the action. But when you are hurting and you need quick capital, and they're basically loan sharks. They're legal loan sharks. That's what I personally know a couple of restaurants that are forced to get their money that way to keep themselves afloat.
Mike, I don't know about you, but at certain points in my listen, I've been in business 33 years, right? So at certain points in my career, I financed my whole business with credit cards. The whole business, like month to month, like. January, February, March are dead slow. My employees get paid every week no matter what. 33 years. That being said, I've had to use credit cards at 20, 25%, 28% because my credit wasn't so great back then to finance my business.
We do it every winter here.
It's crazy.
It is almost like the way of the world.
But when you have to do it.
I mean, you have to do it to survive. Yeah. And I mean, pretty much there's a lot of people, especially on the Jersey Shore, are not millionaires. And if anybody ever tells you that they're so successful year round, they're lying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're a short community.
We are, and that's what it is. We're seasonal, and that's the reality of it. We all go through struggles. We all need that capital, and and that's the honest part of being honest. I mean, that's what it is. Would we like to not have to do that? Absolutely, it would be a great world.
That being said, I want to interrupt you. I apologize.
That's right.
But I think what I've learned from doing that, a lot of times people, I don't want to go to the bank, it's too much of a pain in the ass, it's too long of a process, they're not going to give me the money. Listen to me. There is so much liquidity in this system. Things are changing. I don't know if anybody's watching the stock market. It's gone down 3,000 points, up 1,000 points, down 2,000 points. It's crazy. Things are going to change over the next year or two. But right now, for this moment in time, there is so much liquidity in the system, the banks need to give money. So when you're slow, you go to the bank. You talk to your banker. You say, hey, what kind of credit line can you give me? 9 times out of 10, they're going to start you off with $5 grand, 10 grand. Right. Maybe if you have really good credit, 20, 30, 50 grand. Take it. Take the credit line because you never know. It's not going to cost you anything.
Right. And you don't have to use it. You
don't have to use it. But go and get it. When you're busy, when you're cranking and your numbers are good, go to the bank. Take the 15 minutes, the hour, go talk to your bank guy or girl, right? And say, hey, can I get credit? Because when you need it, it will not be there.
Yeah.
If you don't need it, you take it. because it will be there when you need it. And I 100%
We do
understand.
that. Yep,
this.
we do that with TD Bank. We do
Yep.
that. We have a credit line and we don't use it, but if it's like almost like my pillow.
When you need it.
You know, so
Yep, when you
we're
need
ready if we do happen to fall on some times, and
Yep.
at least I know that we're going to keep the place afloat. You know.
So I hope this video brought value, right? If you guys have a better way to save money on credit cards that we didn't talk about, please comment. Make sure you comment. So we want a lot of comments on this video because we want to give away the gift certificates. I feel
Absolutely.
real awesome about that. That was
Yep.
Mike's idea. It's an awesome idea to give away for the 100. We're going to keep doing giveaways,
Yep.
right? The next one, hopefully at 200, we'll do a bigger giveaway. 300, a bigger giveaway,
Yep.
right? We want to get back to you guys. Comment often, give us real comments. What you think, what you like, what you want to see. If you think you've got the best credit card deal, we want to share that with other businesses. If you say, hey, John, I have the best credit card deal, it's been that way forever, you guys got to call X, Y, and Z.
Sure.
Right? Put it in there.
Absolutely.
I use Credit Card Depot. I found for us being smaller in credit cards, customer service is awesome. It's been 2.8% forever. They haven't changed it, so it works for me. I didn't see who you used.
Batch out.
Batch out?
Yeah, we got a pretty good rate. I mean,
Okay.
they pretty
2.6
much-
is great.
Yeah,
It's actually pretty good.
But also too, all the people out there that have places that don't take credit cards, I'd like to hear your story.
Yeah.
On how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
With being an all cash business, again, people have ATMs and all
Dinosaur.
sorts of stuff. But
We're a dinosaur.
how do you deal with that with no credit cards?
Yeah.
And you do see a lot of the smaller houses, sub shops, pizzerias,
Yeah.
all these stuff taking cash, but the IRS and the government is very in tune.
They know.
Of what you
They
are
know.
doing. So to even shave there,
Yeah, they
like
know.
a sub shop, they know how many rolls you're buying.
Yep.
They know, and they X amount per day, and you can't. You
can't
hide
shave
it.
anymore.
You know,
You just can't.
You can't.
You
Those
think,
days
here's the
are
thing.
gone.
You
Those days are
think
gone.
you're shaving, but you're actually not because it's costing you in another way. So it doesn't matter. But like us, comment, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hit that subscribe
Ooh,
button.
subscribe.
And ring that bell.
Ring the
Bing.
bell. All right, guys.
See you next time.
See you next time. I gotta get my camera skills down. They suck.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're good?
We're looking good.
All right.
Yep.
And you can start it from your phone and shit?
No, it's already started.
Oh, really?
We're rolling. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, start.